In this video, I'm going to find the limit of a rational function. In this particular case, the rational function is this one. And the numerator is a polynomial function and the denominator is a polynomial function as well. We need to find the limit. If you apply the quotient rule for limits, you're going to be dealing with a situation where you have infinity over infinity, because as x goes to infinity, the numerator goes to infinity and so does the denominator. So it is kind of like a situation that doesn't help us. So what can we do? Is there a way to simplify this? Is there a way to modify it in such a way so that we can find the limit? As it turns out that there is. So what we are going to do, we are going to take this function and divide the numerator by x to the power 4 and divide the denominator by x to the power 4. Where did I get x to the power 4? I noticed that x to the power 4 is the highest value. 4 is the highest power of x in the numerator and 4 is the highest power of x in the denominator. It happens to be the same number. On the other hand, if it were to be the case that highest power of x in the numerator is 4, but the highest power of x in the denominator is 5, then we would have divided everything by x to the power 5. Then we would see what happened. Let's go ahead and do the division. If I divide it, this is what I get. So let's go ahead and kind of clarify what it is. So dividing by x to the power 4, the numerator and the denominator, and I'll get x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 4 is 1. 3x squared divided by x to the power 4 is going to be 3 over x squared, and 7 divided by x to the power 4 is 7 over x to the power 4. And in the denominator, 2 x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 4 is 2, and minus 4x cubed divided by x to the power is 4 over x. So the limit of the given function, limit x approaches infinity, f of x, in essence becomes limit x approaches infinity, this. Now look at any of these values that have x in the denominator. So let's consider the 3 over x square, right? Which is going to be what? If limit x approaches infinity, you're going to get nothing but 0, because x squared becomes extremely large. So what happens? 3 divided by extremely large number is approaching what? Closer to 0. It gets closer and closer and closer to 0. And in the limiting case, this value, limit x approaches infinity, 3 over x squared, is nothing but 0. And the similar argument can be applied for 7 over x to the power 4 or 4 over x. Now, using the quotient rule for limit, this could be written as limit of the numerator, which is limit x approaches infinity, 1 plus 3 over x squared plus 7 over x to the power 4 divided by limit x approaches infinity, 2 minus 4 over x. Now applying the rule for summation, sum of functions for limits, okay? So I could distribute this limit to each of these functions. That's going to give me limit x approaches infinity 1, which is just going to be 1, plus limit x approaches infinity 3 over x squared, which is going to be just 0, as I showed you. And similarly, limit x approaches infinity 7 over x to the power 4, also going to be 0. And in the denominator, I'm going to have limit x approaches infinity, 2 is going to be just 2, minus limit x approaches infinity, 4 over x is going to be 0. So finally, we are going to have limit x approaches infinity, f of x, which is this function, is going to be nothing but the limit of this is 1, limit of this is 0, 0. So 1 plus 0 plus 0. And in the denominator, limit of this is 2 minus 0. So finally, the limit is nothing but 1/2. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.